Hello, and welcome back to the Clopdrawer podcast. That's right, I'm back. I'm finally doing another podcast episode after it's been quite a while, honestly. 6 months, I believe. But I'm finally back. I'm finally here, and I thought that today I would just do continue and finish off my, I guess, total drama like podcast episode list because I've basically been watching all of Total Drama. I just finished watching Total Drama 2023 yesterday. It was interesting to say the least. But before we get to that, I want to also just talk about just generally talk about like Pahkitew Island. Now, my personal opinion of Pahkitew Island, I thought it was pretty decent. There's a lot of awful. I mean, like All Stars is probably like my least favorite of the seasons. I don't actually hate Pahkitew Island that much. I think it's quite decent. I think it's quite decent in its own merits, and honestly, there's a lot of like different episodes that like I personally just didn't mind at all. Like, yeah, there's definitely some characters that I don't really enjoy that much, but there's also like the few that I quite enjoy. Um, so we're gonna just, I guess, go through what I've done beforehand, just talk about each character. It's probably gonna be a bit hard for me to like remember that much about what happened, but I'm gonna do my best to, I guess, discuss on these characters. So yeah, let's see what we can do, what we can accomplish. All right, so we're just gonna go down the list, and then I'll just move into talking about 2023 Total Drama Island because I feel like I have a lot more to say about that series in and of itself. It is probably going to be a short form video, honestly. I'm not really sure if I'll be able to talk that much about Pahkitew Island. But let's discuss, shall we? Okay, starting off, Beardo. Not really much. He's just basically a sound effects guy. Like, he does actually speak in his audition tape, from what I remember, and he was pretty obviously gonna be the first one to be eliminated. It was so obvious from the start. That's about it. Leonard. I do not like Leonard that much. I get that he's meant to be a LARPer, he's meant to be a wizard and all that, but it's like it's so kind of just lame. It's like a lame type of thing, honestly, and it's just there's not really much you can say about Leonard. Like, he does come back in ridonculous race. It's fine. It's whatever. But there's not really much you can say about him. Amy. I don't like Amy, and I'm sure that everyone agrees that we don't like Amy because she is just a piece of shit to her sister Sammy, and this is so dumb that she has to be such a dick to her own sister. I guess it's sort of like revealed that like she kind of has like she kind of just is jealous of her own sister, like how strong she actually might be. I guess that's the case with it, but still, it there's not even like a proper retribution. Like, she ends up getting kicked out first. Like, Sammy was the one who was like initially like kicked out. But it was actually like she swapped places with Amy by giving her like a poison apple or something like that. So it pretty much like allowed her to stay in the game for the rest of the time. It was just dumb. It was just dumb as hell. But I'm glad that Sammy got her retribution. God, I keep saying Sammy. They keep calling her Sammy even though it's Sammy, and like it's such a stupid thing. Honestly, I feel like there should have been more put into this. I feel like Sammy should have grown a bit more into her own character and like really shown that like she is way more capable than her sister, and she shouldn't like let her be like let her be sort of this like big this aura of intimidation that's just stopping her from doing what she wants to do. I feel like you could have taken that like a lot more further than you think, and we could have actually had a good like good character out of Sammy instead of it just being like uh, instead of it just being this like weak arc. And I think that's another thing that I'm pretty sure I talked about before. Having 13 episodes in a season and having it all be elimination episodes is not really fair. What should be better is to have essentially like different episodes that are just regular challenges and then split it up with like elimination challenges, because like the original seasons did incredibly well with that system. They did well knowing how to like generally like show they did a good job of overall like elimination. Like I just don't get it. Like there was like challenges that were just regular challenges and then elimination challenges, but that essentially gave us more time with the characters for us to get to know them better, for us to grow alongside them, I guess, and just like overall enjoy their entertainment. It's having it to be just 13 episodes in a season is not good. And I can prove this because I watched Ridonculous Race and I thought that it was fantastic. I thought it was an amazing season that managed to not only be incredibly like incredibly well done, but it also like managed to let me grow alongside these characters. I feel like they could. I feel like it's a perfect example of like having more episodes to allow you to better know these characters and grow alongside them. Like, yeah, sure, there are characters that end up getting eliminated eventually, but like, that's you still like get to know a little bit about them before they go, and I think that's great. I think that's something that like you really cool. But yeah, I guess that's just done and done. I guess. Ah, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get why it always. And the new season also has 13 episodes. And the thing is that I feel like that could also benefit a lot to it because there's so much they could do with that new season and those cast of characters that it could very well be an entertaining like season. But I guess there's not enough like episodes to do different challenges and such. But like, and it's just dumb. It's just dumb. But yeah, that's my general like pivot with this with the whole like 13 episodes versus 23. I feel like 23 is a lot more. You can do a lot more with more episodes and still manage to pull it off. Like something like Total Drama All Stars, like that's fine. You can absolutely have 13 episodes and let it all be elimination rounds because it's literally the all-star season, meaning that you have these cast of characters from all different seasons and ultimately like coming together in order to like like take on each other. The whole theme was heroes versus villains, but the thing is that like with the character selection, they could have actually just not made it like themed. They could have actually made it so it's like different teams where it's like different like perspectives and such. Like you could have it be you could actually have it so it's like it's a combination of the team names from like previous seasons, and then just like have it be different like characters, like both popular ones with the fandom, ones that like absolutely like deserved to get a second chance in the all-star season, and just general characters that we have grown to know but we know we'll end up seeing later go on. Like there is no point to this. There is no point to having it just to have it be 13 episodes and then just have nothing. God, I'm sorry. I think I've gotten back into complaining about All Stars again, but I still don't enjoy All Stars that much. Like for what it does, like I just do not enjoy it that much, and I think that it could have done so much better instead of just whatever they did with this season. But whatever, that's fine. Okay, back to Pahkitew Island. After that little tangent, honestly, I don't mind making tangents whenever it comes to like these episodes because I just like I want to discuss these things. I want to get my thoughts out, and it's good to know that I can like just get everything out there and just generally talk. Okay. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, Samey. Decent character, missed potential. I honestly think they could have done a lot more, but I guess that's just how the ball goes. I guess it's annoying. Anyways, Ella. Now, Ella, I did not mind that much. I think her exit was like from her start, from the introduction to the character and then the start. I feel like there was so much that could have been done as well. I think she's pretty okay on her own. I think she's like just okay. Like even her leaving behind, like it's fine. Her leaving is like all right. She ends up leaving on a high note by singing off like her ending, and I think that's perfectly okay. I do. God, there's one character who we're gonna get to that I think absolutely like did not like he was so dumb for like not realizing that Ella actually liked him, but God, he is just a bad character in general. Like he's straight up just dumb and doesn't understand anything whatsoever. He's so obsessed with like one of the other characters that it ends up blocking his view. But we'll get to him. We'll get to him. Don't worry. Yeah. Generally, Ella, I think, was definitely fine enough character. I didn't mind her singing at all. Like, the fairy tale aspect was definitely fine enough on its own. It's. I feel like there could have been a bit more that they could have done with her. But whatever. It's fine. Topher. His description basically his description is to be the Chris wannabe, and yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. That's mainly just his character. He doesn't really have much of anything. Like all he does is want to just be like to take Chris's place and to become like the ultimate, like just to be the main star of the show and show that like I'm better than him in every way and I can like take his place. Like it's it's just I don't really mind it. There's not really much you can say about it. Anyways, on to Dave. Remember how I was talking about a guy that like absolutely broke the ball with Ella? Dave is just dumb in general. I just do not like him. I think he is a dumb character, and I think that like he should have like this. Okay, with the way everything has gone, I feel like there should have been some way to better handle the character instead of having it just be like him being such a whiny bitch and then just like not understanding social cues or anything like that. It's so dumb. It's so dumb that like it like sorry, I'm trying my best to like be like to explain this as best as I can, but like Dave could have been a character that like essentially was just this weakling who was obsessed with this girl, realized not like it couldn't work out at all, and then decided to just like I guess just sort of growing it as his own person. Eventually, he sees that Ella like likes him, and then proceeds to just like fall in love with her, and the two of them end up just growing together as people. And he ultimately realizes that like he shouldn't just like be so obsessive, and he just like try to be like a normal general person instead of just this obsessive guy. But they didn't do that. They didn't try to make him someone who started off as a jerk and then like grow him into an actual character. They just made him just this whiny obsessive guy, and it just actively pisses me off. I just do not understand it. Yeah, it's ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, I don't like Dave, and I don't like whatever they've done. So yeah, we'll just move on. Scarlet. Scarlet was interesting because like it's clear that she's meant to be sort of this smart character and like this very smart type character that's like generally like just a brainiac. The other guy that they put her with, Max, he's essentially trying to be this like super villain, and he absolutely just sucks at it. And essentially, Scarlet tries to manipulate it in a way where she can basically use him to his advantage, but like and then by like the 10th And by like the 10th episode of the season, like she ends up revealing like how much of a psychopath she actually is, and like she's a straight up super villain, which is incredibly stupid. Like I just do not understand that at all, and I think it's one of the dumbest things that could have even been done in the first place for a character like Scarlet. I I just don't get it. And even Max himself, like he is a terrible supervillain. Like, and he straight up like it just shows how pathetic he is. Like they both end up getting kicked off, and it's just yeah, it's just gone. They're just gone, just like that. They serve no purpose. He's just like this. He's just a pathetic villain who's trying to act like he's this, like he's Doctor Evil or something, but he's not, and it's not even funny that much. It's like just no. Then again, if I had to pick between the two characters, I think I like Scarlet a lot more. So, I that's something I guess. Yeah. Let's move on from a really shitty character to one that I think is more positive. Jasmine. I like Jasmine a lot, and I think that she's very cool. Jesus, I nearly threw my phone to the floor. I like Jasmine. I think that she was a very solid character. I love her relationship with Sean. It was sweet, and overall, she's just a decent character. Like, there's not really much you can say that's like really just dumb. I just enjoyed her as a character overall. Yeah. Overall, Jasmine, I think, was perfectly fine as the way she was, and I did not mind her whatsoever. And we'll get even to the other characters in a sec. But yeah, then we have Sugar. God, and she's basically just meant to be a honey boo boo type character. I don't like her whatsoever. She's meant to be the main antagonist for this season, or at least be somewhat of an antagonist, and but she's not. She's not clever, she's not smart, she's just like this country girl who's just like strong. And it's just wait, did I skip over a character? Hang on. Oh, I skipped over Rodney. Oh, right, Jesus. I completely skipped over Rodney while I was talking about Sammy and Amy. Okay, Okay, you know, there's not really much you can say even about Rodney. He's just this guy who thinks that every girl around him is in love with him, and that he's fallen for them and such and such. It's just a stupid thing. Yeah, back to Sugar. I. She's just a honey boo boo knockoff. That's all she really is. There's not really much you can say about that. She's just this like she's just a farm girl who's like, oh, I'll. She's just strong. She's really mean and all that. And I just don't get it. I just don't like her. I don't like Sugar. She's just stupid. I just don't get it. Well, then we get on to Sky, the athlete. Sky was fine. Definitely weird, and definitely did not help with okay, the thing is, Dave was obsessed with Sky, so essentially, like, he basically was obsessed with her and wanted that was just imagining like if they would like be with each other and such and such, but like she straight up said no multiple times, rejected him multiple times, and he straight up just did not take a hit. It only took until like I think it was I think it was actually episode 9, I believe, that was like when Dave got eliminated, he was essentially just like it's just pathetic. It's so dumb. And then the worst part is she tries to manipulate him during the finale so that way she gets a chance at winning the game. And that's just so dumb as well. Like okay, I like that just makes her a bad character as well, because why would you do that? Why would you let on about him? And then eventually, like, it's revealed that she actually has a boyfriend, and that's what she wanted to say the whole time, but he never wanted to listen. And yeah, that's the general consensus of it. I'll just say this much: Sky is fine, but yeah, I don't really like her that much. Alright, final character, Sean. Now, Sean. I definitely think Sean was a very solid character. I liked his whole zombie obsession thing. It was pretty cool, and his relationship with Jasmine was also really good. Like I mentioned before, when I was talking about Jasmine, and I did not mind them whatsoever. I thought it were perfectly fine. I thought the overall like got well together. I thought it was pretty good, and I didn't mind it at all. I thought Sean was a good character overall, and so was Jasmine, and I think they are pretty much the only two characters that I like. I guess besides Sammy, like that I actually genuinely like enjoy, and I think they're pretty solid overall. But yeah, overall, I think when it comes to the season itself, I personally think they could have done a bit better with this because Pahkitew Island does not hold up against the other seasons whatsoever. I still like it though. The challenges were fine enough. I can understand the hates, but still, I feel like we could have actually gotten a bit better than what we got. So, yeah. I guess that's as much as I can talk about when it comes to Pahkitew Island itself. Maybe I'll properly do like maybe I'll properly do a review of it fully, and but I feel like I've kind of gotten my thoughts across, and also my review format isn't really that strong. At least I don't believe I'm that good of a reviewer. But yeah, I think I've given my all when it comes to all of this. So yeah, uh I think I'll just end this off for the time being and see if I want to move on to the next segment because I do want to talk about Ridonculous Race next because holy crap, Ridonculous Race I think is amazing. It has about 20, it's 26 episodes. It is a solid like it is just solid all the way, and I think that it overall was really just a cool series. And I think with all the characters that we got, I just absolutely enjoy all of them. Like we got a very wide variety of different characters that like were very interesting to watch and just enjoy. And I was just excited. I was just so excited. Like I was so excited to watch this and just to be validated at the fact that like you can be able to like do a good season with like a bunch of characters and like have it be long and like have different challenges that are both like regular challenges and elimination challenges. So I absolutely could not. I absolutely just enjoy it. But you know what? We'll save it for the next session, I guess, because I'm sure this is going to be a different. I'm sure I'm gonna put this as a separate episode rather than it being its own standalone thing. So next time we are going to be talking about Total Drama Ridonculous Race, and oh boy, I am excited to talk about it. So I've been Mr. Boom87, and as always, I shall see you later. Honestly, I am just so ready. I'm so ready to talk about this. It's so good. It's so good. And after, like, Pahkitew Island and All Stars, this was just such a breath of fresh air for me.